And we're back in the ladies' room with Keena and Kimberly. And we've been talking a lot about the Olympics and all of that, and the world coming together and competing and all of that. And we got a whole different kind of competition that's coming down. We're like the last about 80 some odd days before the presidential election. And Mitt Romney has made an announcement this morning.
What did Mittens say?
Mittens has made an announcement. He has picked his running mate. It is Paul Ryan, a U.S. representative from Wisconsin, as his running mate. And, the Republican Party seems to think, or some of the Republican Party think this is a great move. It really will energize their base. And, Paul Ryan, I guess, has some... Kimberly, your face.
Radio Land, if you can see my side eye right now.
Yes. I mean, they seem to think Paul Ryan is going to be great for...
They thought Sarah Palin was going to be great.
Well,
that's what they said until after she...
Then all of a sudden,
after
she went rogue.
Yeah, then it was. But, of course, they're going to say it's a great move.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's young.
Yeah.
He works out. So I guess so I guess he
Romney doesn't work out.
I don't know, but that's what I've read. They're trying to say
Obama works out. So
so
they plays basketball, so they had to get somebody
that could do something because he goes he does P90X and
okay,
and so
So he's supposed to be representing the everyman because clearly Mittens is not the everyman.
Yeah.
So Paul Ryan is supposed to be representing. Didn't he grow up and have to work? He actually had to work.
He worked. They said
what a novel idea.
He has a background that includes stints working the grill at McDonald's.
Oh wow.
Okay, he sold bologna and bartending at a Mexican restaurant on Capitol Hill.
There was bologna at Mexican restaurant?
Well, I mean, it says a background that includes stints working the grill at McDonald's selling bologna. Well, maybe he just sold it door to door. I don't know. It just said selling bologna.
He's selling bologna, all right.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
And then, this is his quote. I represent a part of America that includes inner cities, rural areas, suburbs, and factory towns.
So he represents all those people.
I wonder what inner cities he's been in.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
He drove through. You got to go through the connector, to get to Alpharetta.
You got to drive through the hood to get, But, I guess he's the guy. So the thing is, I didn't know who he was. When I saw the ticker, I was like, Rex Ryan, football.
Yes.
Rob Ryan, football.
Know him,
It's Paul Ryan. Oops. Yeah, I didn't know who it was. So we'll find out more about him. But apparently he's a radical Republican.
Yep.
His thing is
he's
the
Catholic.
budget. He's Catholic. His thing is the budget. He has, tried to cut the budget. Excuse me. So it says that some of his plans has had one of his plans proposed raising the eligibility age for Medicare to 67. So they just keep raising the age. They just keep working, work till you die. I guess they figure if you work hard enough, maybe you'll die before you reach 67 and you won't have to draw on Medicare. I don't know.
Right.
And then he also wants to reduce spending on programs for the poor, such as Medicaid and food stamps.
Yeah, because that's breaking the country. Look, people, go and look at the budget of the United States of America. 60% of it is defense spending.
Right.
60%. You cannot realistically cut the budget in the United States of America unless you do something about the spending in defense.
Right.
The Department of Defense. There's no way. And you can love the troops. You can be patriotic. You can do all of that and say we can be more physically responsible in our defense spending.
Right. And you can just stop paying these companies as contractors
that
are funding your campaigns.
Yes.
Let's stop, just funneling the money to more rich folk.
Right.
If you're going to spend on if you're going to have defense spending, have it for the troops.
Right.
So, I mean, let me tell you what his plan for Medicare.
Okay.
It says his plan would end the traditional Medicare system and instead offer a set of government money with which to purchase insurance from private carriers.
Now, what does that sound like, though? What does that sound like? You said, okay, government money.
Right.
And fund to private.
Yeah.
Does that sound like the Affordable Health Care Act?
Well,
Doesn't it sound a little bit
Just,
like...
it does
Didn't
sound
we
a little
say
bit,
that isn't in the Affordable Health Care Act, as part of the individual mandate, is that if you couldn't afford it, government would give you money to go buy private insurance.
Yeah.
What is the difference?
Well, because it's coming from a Republican.
So people, really understand what it is that they're saying. There is no difference between that. Now, what he is also saying, though, for those of you who feel that it should be a right that everyone have health care in this country, he's also then saying that we're going to get rid of government-funded health care, that unless it is to line the pockets of an insurance company.
Right. Which kills me is because I bet you he has government-funded health care.
He absolutely does. He's a U.S. representative.
Right. So, so that's who the VP will be. So I'm ready for, folks to dig in his past and find out what's really going on with him. This will be interesting. Right. He's a young guy. I guess he is considered...
42, I think.
Yeah, he's 42.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not very attractive, but...
Which
he's got
that's
big ears like President Obama. I guess he's the anti-Obama,
Yeah.
He's athletic, big ears. And I don't know.
And there you go. And there you go. To quote Big Fat Great Wedding. And there you go.
So,
okay. All right.
So,
well, we'll see a lot more. I hope everybody's getting registered to vote. The most important thing to remember is go and understand your state's requirements to vote. If you need an ID, which most of them you do now, and just go ahead and get one and just be done with it. State-issued ID cannot be a college ID. Must be either a driver's license or an actual state-issued ID. So make sure you have that. Take your birth certificate, take your social security number, take all these documents with you. Unless you live in my neighborhood, which they aren't it in that serious.
Really?
Just they'll let you. They go, I live in the hood. They're gonna let you vote. But if you live, in some split demographic,
like my neighborhood,
then take everything with you.
That you can, yeah.
We got snacks and everything in our voting area, so you could definitely come vote. But make sure you know your polling location.
Yes.
As well, if you can't.
And don't
just
wait
do early vote.
Don't wait till the day of the election, the main day, to look it up, because during our March elections, I couldn't when I went to the website, because I knew my polling location had changed.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find my card. I knew it changed. I went to the website and it was shut down. You couldn't find. I could not find my polling location.
Conspiracy.
The next day I saw it. But that day, the day of the election, the Cobb County, the Secretary of State's Cobb County link to find out where your polling location was shut down. Conspiracy.
Seriously.
So find out today your polling location, and then maybe about a week before the election, find out again, because it may change.
Right. Or go do early vote.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just go do early vote. Go down to your county office, do early vote. If you aren't sure and you don't normally vote in elections, which I think about that, why you aren't doing that. Because we just had one in July, and if you voted, you would know where you're going to have to go in November.
Right.
So if you had participated in that, and there was really important things on the ballot like liquor, there's things like that that you should have been voting on. So make sure you know your polling location for November.
Yes.
So you can get that. It's a responsibility to be, as a citizen in this country, to vote. It's not a nice to have. It's a responsibility.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit, of that. So we'll see what Mittens does.
We'll see what happens.
I haven't really been paying attention, because I know who I'm going to vote for. So I haven't really been paying attention to them.
I mean, are you just voting for Obama because he's black?
Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I expected you to give me, a little bit more.
Yes, I am voting for no, because there's a whole lot of black folks I would not vote for.
Okay.
So no, absolutely not. I'm on the ride. I'm on the ride with Obama.
Have you contributed to his campaign?
I have not done it this time, and I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to give some money. But this is the thing for me. It's like I'm going to give some money to the campaign. But, I feel like people are going to vote for who they're going to vote for.
Yeah, but
at this point, if you're going to vote for the president, like, he's been campaigning for 4 years.
Right.
So is a commercial really going to take you over the edge?
But I think getting the information out there, because
yeah, but he's already the president, so he gets on TV anyway.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, when he has a State of the Union address or whatever, there are certain demographics that don't watch.
Right.
And these are the same people that are running around saying Obama hadn't done anything for black people.
Yeah.
So I think that there does need to be some funding to get the information out there to the people who aren't seeking out information.
Yeah.
And I think it's upon the Democratic Party to really stress all that they've done, that he's done. Right. Because I don't think people know all that he's done.
That's what they failed. I agree. Their communication has been horrible.
And that's why I think there needs to be, funding for advertisements. And, I mean, in the state of Georgia, I mean, I think, I want everybody to get out and vote, but I think he'd be wasting a little bit of money to try and get the information out in Georgia. But, in some of the swing states, I think a lot of people need to know. I think one of the things I need to contribute to, and I haven't yet, is the National Action Network.
Yeah.
And their, campaign to get people properly registered to vote, to have the proper IDs, because I know, a lot of these states are coming up with these voter suppression laws, and they want to take them to court and get them removed, but right now we're running out of time.
That's right.
And if I can pay for some elderly person to get the proper ID because they don't have the $30-$40 that they need to get that ID, that's what I want to give to.
Yeah.
So
that's a good
that's one of the things I've been saying I was gonna do, so now I need to.
So they're funding, they're helping people if they can't get the money to get the ID, and they try to put this high tax, which sounds really poll tax, folks, Jim Crow.
Yes.
On it. Okay, I'm gonna give to that. I like that.
Yeah. So that's the thing that because they've been going around to different cities, making sure people know what the laws are. Right. And then also trying to help people get their ID. Yeah. So so that's a another thing that you need to contribute to and get involved in.
Yeah,
hopefully
I think definitely
we'll get another 4 years. With
I'm just not ready to let them go yet.
Me neither.
That'd be a serious breakup. I mean, I would be depressed.
I would be devastated. Yeah.
I think I'll be honest with you. I will be depressed. I don't know, for a little while.
Just for a little while.
Oh my goodness.
So we got to make it happen. We got to make it happen.
We do. We've got to get folks. I crammed understand when you're talking about, especially Black America, talking about what Obama has done, and it's like, and to have the notion that you would stay home is ridiculous. Staying home is a vote for Romney. Right. It's a vote. You aren't doing anybody any favors by staying home. Right. And you aren't doing anybody any favors for voting for Mittens.
And then to say, my vote doesn't count, but then you're complaining, and you're drawing on the governmental resources. Right. And so, your vote does count. So get out there and exercise your vote.
Yes. And it's just like, and especially whether it's local, national, there's a lot of local elections that are going on in November as well. And a lot of those, even though, someone's Democrat or Republican, that really doesn't matter as much on the local level. It's more about the squeaky wheel. Yeah. And if you vote, and if you then also petition and send in emails and call
and letters,
your local representatives, they respond to that.
Right. And you got to
respond to that.
Yeah, make people know you're here.
That's right. And if you don't
do it, and you have, certain things that you need in your area. So
exactly. So it's crucial. So it's not just the top of the ticket that you were voting for, and you're voting for everything. You should be informed and get online, and you can go on. I know locally here in Atlanta, AJC.com will break down the ballot and have each candidate tell what their main points are. You can go right there and get it all. So for the ballot before you get there, so you already know what you're going to vote for, all the way down to the judges and all the way down to the amendments and all of those things. So
so
really important.
As you figure out where your polling place is, make sure you have the proper ID. Make sure you research your ballot and know exactly what you're voting for.
That's right. Yeah. You don't want to vote for Obama just because he's black.
Right.
But if you're going to vote for him and you feel like you need to vote for him because he's black, we need this election. Go ahead and vote for him.
That's your only reason. Go ahead and do it.
Just go ahead and do it at this point.
Yes.
Even if you're white and you're voting for Obama because he's black,
just go ahead and do it. Yes.
We'll inform you later.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it.
But we got to get this election because, oh my goodness, I start to get sick when I look at
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
So yeah, so we really got to get out there and get things going and all of that. And I hope we're doing okay on our show here
because we
today.
lost our producer.
I think we're gonna put out. Is it not an APD?
APB.
APB. What's
All
that stand?
Points Bulletin.
Okay,
I watch a lot of shows
like Criminal Minds.
Yeah,
and
Criminal Minds
How do
and
you
Law
watch
and Order
Criminal Minds?
SVU.
Did I tell you about how I watched that one day?
You watched Criminal Minds?
I watched one.
Okay.
I watched an episode.
Okay.
That is some sick.
Really? You don't like Criminal Minds?
It's crazy. The people are crazy.
Well, that's the thing, and there are crazy people out there.
But
and
I mean, it's
watching
real
it
crazy.
has made me more aware of my surroundings. Like again,
Yes.
I will not park next to
paranoid a little bit too.
No, I will not park next to a white van. Never. I will. If it's dark, I will not park next to a white van.
What about a blue one?
I park next to a blue one, but not a white one.
Okay, but they could snatch you in the blue one too.
Nah, people that buy blue vans don't snatch people. This is people in the white vans that snatch people.
So only crazy snatching folks buy white vans.
Yeah. Well, no. Crazy snatching folks buy other cars too. But as far as vans, it's the white van.
Oh.
Okay.
What about like a Civic? Would they snatch you in a Civic?
No, they can't get you in a Civic.
Okay. So the crazy people.
But the crazy folks that drive a Civic, now they may come out the Civic and do some crazy stuff, but they can't snatch you into a Civic.
Oh, okay.
You gotta learn some things.
Oh, all right.
SVU, Criminal Minds, you learn some things.
Keep that in mind, Radio Land. White vans.
Watch out for the white vans.
X. We'll be back soon. All right, stay with us.